Hello there and welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 7 today. We are taking a look at the February 2019 update. We're going to give you a quick little overview. This added two new additional Ferrari models, including one Spotlight car, one that I have no idea how you get it, but it is in the game now, as well as a pretty major fix to the paint booth, one interesting fix to the garage home, as well as some force feedback updates, which I'll just speak to you about verbally because I don't really have a wheel to test them on or show you it. Anyways, now let's take a quick look at the February Spotlight car, which is the absolutely fantastic 2017 Ferrari GTC4Lusso. 680 horsepower, 514 foot-pound torque, 4,253 pounds of weight, S-Class 707 PI, front-engined all-wheel drive. Of course, this car was recently added to Forza Horizon 4, so if you want to hear more of my thoughts on that, do check out my video on Horizon 4. However, the GTC4Lusso is the next generation of the Ferrari FF, of course Ferrari's first ever four-wheel drive model, which was a very strange car indeed. The GTC4Lusso improves on everything that car did. First off, I think it's an absolutely fantastic looking car, probably the best looking modern Ferrari in my opinion. I really like the rear end on it, the front end's pretty nice as well. Performance stats are more impressive than the Ferrari FF, and of course it is all-wheel drive, which means it should drive pretty darn nicely in this game. Nicer interior than the old FF, just a better car in general, to be honest with you, and one that I'm hugely looking forward to driving here in Forza Motorsport 7. This was a car I was actually really hoping would appear here in Forza Motorsport 7, and I'm hugely excited to see it. I'm also excited to see what the future will bring with stuff like this. Of course, this is a Horizon 4 DLC car which just popped up in that game, so I'm interested to see if they bring over any more Horizon 4 cars. I was sort of found it a bit perplexing they didn't bring the 992 Porsche over, considering the relationship they had with Porsche. I assume that would have been the first car they brought over, but no, the GTC4Lusso is the car they brought over. But yeah, definitely hoping for some more Horizon 4 bring-overs to this game. I'm more than happy to pay for them turn 10, because yeah, I want some of the Horizon 4 cars in this game, because some of them have been absolutely fantastic. You know, I'd love to drive the new Vantage in this game, and the Agera RS, and the Hillman Imp, you know, just to name a few that just came off the top of my head. Yeah, really excited to see what the future brings for Horizon 4 imports to this game. And the GTC4Lusso, one of my favourite DLC cars from Horizon 4, has popped into Forza Motorsport 7, which is my favourite game, so I'm extremely happy to see that. And if you do want to take a little bit more of an in-depth tour of it, here you go. Yeah, the GT4Lusso is an absolutely exquisite looking car. I painted this one white. I would have painted it yellow, but you know, I used the yellow one in Horizon 4. Anyways, one of the quick new features that I will quickly explain away here is that the camera here in the home screen is now actually entirely roamable. Before you had sort of like a small little area to work with, but now you can basically free roam the garage, which we've never really been able to do. So if you ever wanted to take a look around the garage and sort of have a look at everything in more detail, you can do that. And also if you wanted to take pictures from different angles, you can do that, which I really like. That should make thumbnail creation for me a little bit easier to do. I sort of have some more varied angles to work with and stuff now, so yeah, it's a pretty cool new feature if you ask me. Now of course, I will quickly show off the next new Ferrari that we got. I have no idea how you attain this car, but I did get it as a gift car. It is the 2012 Ferrari 599XX Evolution. 740 horsepower, 516 foot-pound torque, 3,010 pounds of weight, R-Class 890 PI, front-engined rear-wheel drive. This is essentially an improved version of the standard Ferrari 599XX, which is a pretty crazy contraption. And yeah, this is essentially the Evolution model, the version where they made a bunch of changes to the downforce. I'm not sure if they made any engine changes. 740 horsepower seems like what the stock car had. But you can see the wing, the new splitter, some new carbon fiber bits on it. It's an absolutely crazy, mental looking car, and I'm very happy to see it in the game, because it was one of my favourite cars back in Forza Horizon, where it initially came out. And now, of course, it's a full Forza Vista model, which is cool. Yeah, I'd certainly like to see some more of these sort of Forza Horizon imports as well, because Forza Horizon had a bunch of unique DLC cars, which not a lot of people remember. You know, stuff like the Ford GTX1, the Gunpowder Apollo Enraged, the BMW M135i. I'd love to see some of those cars pop up in this game, so it's kind of cool to see the 599XX. Anyways, the biggest improvement with this update actually involves around the paint mode, and a lot of painters will be very happy to see this. So when you go to apply decals now, instead of painting in the main sort of body shop, a bit of a weird glitch there, you actually get this area, which is sort of more of a free roam test area. You can sort of see how cars look on different reflections, which is cool, instead of just being in the garage, which sort of just had, you couldn't really see what the cars look like in game. A lot of times you'd paint a car and it looked different when you actually got it into the main overworld, but now you can see what the car looks like with the dynamic lighting. You have a choice between sunset, which is that one, sunny, which is sort of more what you'd expect. Normally, you have the ambient dark mode, so you can see what the car looks like in pure darkness, which is more like what we had previously, and then ambient light, which is sort of more cloudy. So yeah, this is a really cool feature. Gives you a lot more clarity as to what a car will look like when you paint it, what it looks like in the overworld, and I think it's an excellent feature. I think it's a really good thing, probably overdue, but it is nice to see them add it finally into the game, which is nice. And of course, the final update that we had with this particular update is a update to the force feedback, which I can't really comment on because I've never used the wheel to play Forza in my life. What I can say is apparently some of they've improved the recognition with it. They've improved sort of the timings, how the cars react and stuff like that. So if you use a wheel, you should be a little bit happier with the game. It should feel a bit nicer to you. But yeah, as I said, I can't really comment on that too much because I have never used a wheel for Forza. But anyways, there you go, and that is the February update. Do make sure to tell me what your favourite aspect of this update is, whether it's the painting update, the GTC4Lusso, or the 599XX Evoluzione. As usual, I have looked through the car collection screen, which is something I always do every single time one of these updates come out, to see if there is anything new in here, but other than the 599, no, there is no additional new cars added to the game. But that doesn't rule out, you know, they may add something midway through February, like a bounty hunter or something, although I'm not sure if there's any bounty hunter challenges going on right now. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, farewell.